A very good morning to everybody. Today we are going to learn some of the concept of your syllabus, that is psychology. First, let me give some introduction about the concepts that you people used to study. Okay, as per your syllabus is considered. So, as you have 8 units, these are the units. That is introduction to psychology. I would like to share this slide in front of you after the class so that you can verify it. Okay, we will go according to the syllabus only. So today we shall see the first element of yes psychology, that is unit number 1. So in this class, somewhat we are going to learn about the basic concepts as per our presentation is considered. Psychology is such a beautiful instrument, you can say, which is available, which is usually followed, which is supposed to be understood from every concern as per understanding of the different dimensions of your profession is considered. And there are some conflicts regarding the concept of psychology is considered, whether it is a science, whether it is a pure science, whether it is applied science, like that. So day by day, after understanding the concepts that what actually it consists of, so we are all going to learn the same in the present scenario. So earlier it is known as one of the important branch of science. Even till today, as for its contribution to the field of science or different elements, it is definitely considered as a new, fairly a new science. So until 90, so once we will try to understand the concepts of psychology, how the term psychology is originated, what were the different meanings right from its beginning is considered, okay, which are all the branches which will help us to know how psychology is important. So in the today's class, we'll try to understand the meaning, some of the definitions which are available for us, as well as along with some of the nature, the characteristics, the methods, okay, are different criterias which will help us to understand. Let's say, for example, in the form of scope or branches of psychology, we come to know the different dimensions as far psychology is considered. So until 19th century, this was recognized as separate field of study. Earlier, that is till 19th century, psychology is considered as one of the separate field of study only, not as a branch of particular area. And later on, the birth of formal psychology that we are talking about right now, it can be traced back to 1879. You can see the root of using psychology as an independent branch as a part of formal psychology can be seen in the year 1879. It was actually found by a person called a psychologist called Wilhelm Wundt, okay, in Germany, a place called Leipzig. It is a place where he established the psychological laboratory for the first time, and that is to be renowned as one of the remarkable moment or one of the important milestone in the development of psychology is considered. So the psychology, the formal psychology, as we are all talking right now, that was identified, that was developed, or it was found by a person called one of the famous as well as the prominent psychologist called Wilhelm Wundt. He is from a particular place. He established psychological well established he established a psychological laboratory at a place called Leipzig, which comes in Germany. Later on, when you try to see the developmental of psychology, you must have the different perspectives. Before that, let us try to understand the etymological meaning of psychology. Etymological means shabdika artha. So how this word, what we are talking about, psychology, is originated. Okay, the word psychology that we are using right now, which was used by Rodolphe Gockel in the year 1590 only. Though we are all talking about formal psychology by the end of 18th century or by the beginning of 19th century, but the term psychology was actually coined by, it was introduced by a person called Rodolphe Gockel in the year 1590. So the word what we are talking about, psychology, psychology is a word which is originated and which is derived from two important Greek words. Most of the English words that we used to use, they are all either the a result of most of the words are we can see the root of those English words from either Latin or Greek. So like that, even psychology is also the word which is used very commonly and in a huge number, but that particular word is originated from a Greek word. So it is made up of two important words. One is psyche and the second one is logos. So what do you mean by psyche then? Okay, psyche is nothing but the spirit or soul, whereas logos is nothing but the study. Okay, so psychology, as I said, it is made up of two words. It is originated from Greek word psyche and logos. Psyche, meaning of the word psyche is nothing but, it is nothing but a spirit or a soul or a mind, whereas logos means it is the branch of study. So if you join both the words psyche and logos, it purely indicates that it is nothing but the systematic study of spirit. Sometimes as per the word is considered, it is the study of soul, it is the study of mind too. Okay, so when you have seen these elements, when you put these two words together, we are going to get some idea that what actually the word psychology, for what actually the word psychology stands for. Word soul means spiritual or immortal elements in a person, so which are usually not identified from other perspectives. Okay, the next elements that we used to talk about are some elements like yes, the word soul means spiritual or immortal elements in a person, whereas William James used the word mind instead of soul in the year 1890. So mind is abstract, which cannot be seen, but behavior is what we are all talking about. So later, the concept of what I can say, psychology is developed from different perspectives. We can see the development of the how the word is developed as per its explanation is considered. Okay, so we can see the history of the means how the term psychology is explained in the different areas from time to time. Okay, ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Right now we used to consider psychology as something that I will come to that definition later, but let us try to understand how the psychology is originated or how the psychology is started using by the different educationists as well as psychologists in their own form. So the first statement that we must be familiar with the word psychology, which was coined by one of the important educationists called Aristotle. So Aristotle is the person where we can see according to Aristotle, psychology is the study of soul. So first generation in the initial stage of 18th and 19th century, we can see that psychology was defined as the study of soul. So when this statement was given for understanding what psychology is, there what happens is if suppose psychology is the study of soul, when you talk about eyes, nose, other parts of the body, you can show where actually they locate in the body. Okay, if you're talking about eyes, you can show where the eyes are. If you're talking about the nose, if you're talking about the fingers, if you're talking about any part of the body, you have that identity in the body. But how about soul? If psychology is the study of soul, show me the soul. If there were such questions, there were such criticisms which were given, which were used for the statement which was coined by Aristotle. As he said, psychology is the study of soul. So for a few days it was accepted, but later it was rejected by everybody that it is difficult for anybody to say what are the characteristics of soul then. How do you identify the soul? Okay, where do you find the soul? How should I have to control the soul? So there were such questions which were not answerable. So from that point of view, the first statement related to psychology is rejected. Okay, the first statement for understanding psychology which was given by Aristotle was psychology is the study of soul. It was rejected. Then we came to know the second statement related to psychology, which is again given by one of the famous philosopher called Plato. I think you might have heard the name Plato. Even he said psychology is not the study of soul, but it is the study of mind. And the same is again accepted universally by every people in the world. Again, there were some confusions, conflicts that how mind operates, what are the functions of mind, how mind used to work, how we need to control mind. Okay, and if there is a structure for everything, then what are the structures of the mind? So like that, we can see the different developments as far mind is considered. Again, it is unanswerable. The questions which were posed by most of the people were usually followed by some other people, like which were not actually answered in a very systematic form, so that even the second statement which was coined or which was introduced to the people of the public as psychology is not the study of soul, psychology is the study of mind, even psychology is the study of mind, was the mind statement was also rejected by the people, as it is very difficult for us to define what is mind, what are the parts of mind, what are the levels of mind. So the second definition or a statement which was universally accepted, that psychology is not the study of soul. Next, we accepted that psychology is the study of mind. Even this was rejected by all, as there were some questions which were not answered by the one. Okay, so that was also eradicated. Next comes one of the important development which was followed by, which was introduced by one of the famous psychologist called Sigmund Freud. Okay, hope I think you heard the name of Sigmund Freud, who has understood, who has presented a theory called psychoanalysis theory, which is one of the important contribution for the Department of Psychology, where he classified mind into three important divisions or class types. Okay, one has conscious part of the mind, second one has subconscious level, and the third one is unconscious. So even he tried his level best to explain what is consciousness, what is subconsciousness, and what is unconsciousness with the help of ego and superego formula or concept. But even again, it is very difficult to understand what it is. Okay, so the third statement which was coined by Sigmund Freud, which speaks that psychology is nothing but the systematic study of consciousness. Okay, it is the study of consciousness. That was the definition which was given by Sigmund Freud. But again, how about unconscious and subconscious level? As you only spoke about, there are three important minds which used to operate in every personality, and when such is the matter, then how you are talking about psychology is only the branch of consciousness, then how about subconscious and unconscious level? When these type of fundamental questions were asked, again it was not answered, and finally the third statement related to understanding psychology as psychology is the study of consciousness is also rejected. That was also rejected. Later in 18th century, uh, 18th century, experimental psychology or scientific psychology came into being. Okay, which was, as I said, which was identified, or which was the founder of scientific psychology was none other than William Wundt, who lived between 1832 to 1920. The first psychology laboratory was discovered, or it was established in a place called Leipzig, which comes in Germany, 1879. They used to say that what psychology is. They have defined psychology from the previous definition. The first definition related to psychology is the study of soul. It was rejected, which was given by Aristotle. Plato said that, philosopher who said that psychology is the study of mind. This was also rejected. Third was given by Sigmund Freud, who says that mind is can be classified into three important domains, and psychology is the systematic study of consciousness. As it is difficult to define the other areas of the mind, so even that statements were rejected. And finally, right now, till now, we used to consider that what psychology is the fourth generation or fourth statement universally accepted, and still we believe in the same statement, that is none other than what is psychology. So psychology is the systematic study of the behavior. By this definition, psychology became as subject of science, and it comes under behavioral science, as it is going to study about the various aspects of behavior. You should have to understand how important psychology is. So finally, what we can say, what present definition, which is widely accepted throughout the world, is none other than the psychology, as it is the scientific study of behavior by measuring tools or tests. Okay, we have different tests also as per the identification of a person's personality is considered. So the present definition for understanding psychology is, it is the systematic study of behavior. So if it is the study of behavior, what all behavior consists of? It may be the mixture of emotions, feelings, thoughts, thinking process, perception, level of understanding, intelligence, interest, aptitude, attitude, okay, memory power, forgetting, those all dimensions which you are all going to learn under the concept of psychology. Everything comes under the behavior. So psychology is the such a powerful behavioral science which will try to study systematically as well as scientifically the behavior of all the people. So the branch of the study which studies the behavior of both animals as well as human beings, any animal, that will definitely become a part of psychology. So this is what the meaning as well as the concept of what I can say, the concept of psychology.